The Water Magician, chat. It is a very, very baby's first anime kind of anime, chat. Let's take a look at this. I struggled with watching this anime. I did. I really, really did. I didn't. Well, I didn't. Would I say really? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would say like I said before. It's a baby's first anime where everything's kind of bland, but that's the beauty of it. This is for people who who want to get into anime. You will watch this. If you're already established into anime, you're probably not going to watch this. Now, here's the crazy thing, chat. I've seen some people were saying about this anime that it was like for 2 episodes I haven't seen a single lady in this anime, and a lot of people was like, finally an anime with no fan service or women to be in it, like in the party, just bros, right? Just bros, like hanging out and everything. Think of this, chat. Think of this, right? You're on a boat fishing, right? You may love it. You may love fishing. You may hate fishing, whatever. But with you are guys who are also fishing. But they're not the people you would call your best friend, because you can have fun doing anything with your best friends. There are people you don't necessarily know, or you do know, but you just don't have as much fun as you would have with. That's wild, Otis. You just don't have as much fun with these people as you would with your best friend. You're entertained, but for the most part, you're like, this is kind of. I could be at home, right? I could be at home eating a banana or something. An apple? Yeah. Watching Golden Girl or whatever you people do. That Wild Candy, you people. Look, just let me talk. Just let me talk. So this is that kind of anime. If you had to sum it up inside of like some like very, I don't know. So it's an isekai. I didn't mention that. This anime is an isekai anime. The character died and he wants to be reincarnated. He was offered to be reincarnated, but he wants to have a peaceful life. I think the last recording we did, I talked about what was it? How in Japan everything is go 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 go, right? Or I wanted to talk about this. In Japan everything is kind of go 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 go. However, with this anime, you see a more slow kind of life. That's what the main character wanted, and that's what you see in the society of Japan, right? Work, right? Someone pointed that out to me. That's what you kind of get with this. It's slow pacing. It's a lot of world. I wouldn't even say it's a lot of world building. It's more of a slow world building. I feel like this is an anime that should have been a book, a novel, really. I feel like if you had the magic to just throw a book at a TV screen and it will automatically become an anime, this is what that is. I feel like that's what that is. And it's a thick one too. No Diddy. All Diddy. A massive book you just throw at the screen and it just becomes a very long. This anime should, I feel like they set it up to be a 24 episode anime. I think. Chat? A 24 episode anime. This is what it feels like it's going to be. Because it's very slow paced. It's very easygoing. The animation isn't too spectacular. It's more of a vibe. Like Animal Crossing. It's not a game. To me, Animal Crossing is not a game. Animal Crossing is a vibe. It is a feeling, really. That makes sense, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, chat. Animal Crossing is a vibe. It's a feeling. This anime, it's an anime by definition, of course, but I feel like it's more of a it has a few percentages of vibe, really, right? We meet our first female character, and that's her. She's like the guild lady who sits behind the counter, right? Then we meet. Let me see if I can tell you guys. This girl right here is more of the hothead kind of character. Remember I talked about that last recording where you have every character has their own like personality, one-dimensional personality. She's more hot-headed. She's more of the nun that's more soft-spoken kind of type. He's the muscle, and he's the attacker. I don't know what you call that, right? This the perfect party, the perfect combination of a party you would find in a fantasy setting, right? I don't think they have a magician. When I think that's where the water magician comes in, right? With a lot of anime, you have either the main character being a solo type, or he's a part of a party. I don't know why, but I'm slowly getting exhausted on either of these types of anime. Either you're with a party or you're solo, right? Maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just looking for something new because I'm seeing a lot of similarities with all of these anime. But then I also have, I think it's a me problem, really, Chad, if I'm being honest. But then we have a situation where when an anime does do something new, I'm like, when an anime does do something new, it's like, I'm not really interested. Maybe I just need to change up a genre. I think that Nomad says same for real, for real. See? Like, I think that's what we need. I think we need a genre change. Maybe it's the isekais. It's kind of like, maybe it's the fantasy animes. I'm like, give me. I need to go watch some more of those Gundam animes, Chet. Maybe I want some a little bit more sci-fi. I mean, maybe that's what that is. This might be what that is, chat. This anime does seem to have something that I've noticed that some other anime don't, and that's like attention to detail, right? Let me see if I can find that photo. Yeah, see, like I said, soft spoken, but then we have here. I could go for some chicken right about now. So, but some this hothead girl who's like, oh, that's impossible. That magician can't do this, can't do that, because she's tiny, so she's hot-headed, right, chat? I'm tiny, but I'm not hot-headed, right? I don't think so. But the attention to detail I want to point out for this anime that I find very impressive is that you see how his skin is white, right? Well, when you look at this, his skin is, not white. Not because he's indoors, but because he was outside for so long at the start of his journey that he's got a tan. I've never seen an anime really do that. You've seen an anime where the main character, he's like, working outside or something like that. I don't know, quarrying rocks or something, right? But they're sweating, whatever. You've probably been working like that for a very long time, but they don't have a tan. I'm sure there are anime out there that probably have done this, but I've just never realized it. But in this anime, I've seen that. And with that, it comes to my attention that I think this anime is a passion project for some people. A lot of other animes just don't really, I don't know. It seems like there are, like, for example, that one anime called The Beginning After the End. That anime got a little bit of controversy because the animation was very lackluster. There was a scene where the girl was sitting on the main character's, like, sitting on top of the main character. But in one scene, he had the blanket over him, and in another scene, there was no blanket. Stuff like that should not be happening, right? So a lot of people were calling it like a slideshow animation, right? And it got so bad where even the creator, the author, like did a post somewhere. I don't remember where he did it, but he was saying how he was explaining how it's kind of out of his hands. It's in the hands of the studio, right? So it's very so he has passion for his his craft. Is just the studio will do what the studio does. If you're making anime or manga, try to have as much control over your craft as possible, right? Like, for example, the bookkeeper, she has a manga studio. She tells her team what she wants, right? And they come back with the project that she the $1,000 projects that she tasks people to do. But if it doesn't sit, and she doesn't look over their shoulder. She says when she started out, like, she would look over their shoulder. She would be that type of boss lady. But now she's more of a, here's all the money up front. Do the thing, please. And if you either charge too much or just can't do it, you'll find someone else who can. Or she will next time give you a task that's more suited to your skill level. Like, for example, some of our artists don't draw nudity, right? So she says, okay, fine, that's fine. So she has another artist who will fill in the blanks for that when needed, right? Some artists are good at drawing hands, some artists aren't. That kind of situation. You put certain projects into the hands of artists and creators who can do a certain thing. We need someone who will watch over these animes before they're posted, right? Before they're posted, to make sure they can catch these details. Their job isn't to enjoy the anime, but to look for any, hey, that is not right, or hey, what's that? You know, draw circles around certain areas that is off, that needs to be looked over. But we have a situation where anime has so much so much, how do I explain this? There's little time nowadays for anime. So they just want to pump them out as much as possible. Just want to, like, you know, throw them out as fast as possible and give less time to, like, you know, perfect it. So, hey, this anime just got finished. Okay, post it. Like, shouldn't we check over our work? No. And I've said this before. I'm kind of at fault at doing that sometimes too. When I record, or after I'm editing, I use like a script. It's not an AI. It's just a script that will cut out any silent moments if there's, like, the silence was too long, right? Like this pause that I did would have been cut out, right? And I sometimes don't go over it just to make sure there is no, like, glitches in the matrix. So I'm like, whatever, and just post it, right? Because I'm confident that the stuff will turn out fine, just so I can go to the next one. It makes my editing way faster, right? King Remedy says, I can draw a solid stick figure with a top hat. Can she hook me up with a minimum wage? That's wild. That's wild. A lot of people were upset because, see, I feel like the beginning after the end could have ended up like this, because this anime is a very simple one. It's a very like I said before, baby's first anime kind of anime, but they do the fight scenes decent. Less slideshow, people were saying, and I find that very fascinating. Like I said before, this won't be something I will follow because I feel like this kind of anime is more for people who have a more sensitive palate, right? I want something that's more like Clavicus, that Clavitus anime, something a little bit more, you know, berserk level of anime, something more, aggressive, right? I want aggressive fighting. I want beautiful anime characters, right? They have like, for example, like, she's adorable right here, and she's beautiful. Well, she's I just feel like I'm just looking at female characters. I feel like that's what it is. Like, I've seen a few other anime where, like, oh, that lady's beautiful, or she has, like, a beautiful singing voice. I've said that once about a character, by the way. Like, I had to stop and replay that. I did that once, and that was in what anime was that? That was that fighting anime with, like, the school hooligans, where they were like, you know, that anime where people were getting bent out of shape because one of them was a trans or a cross-dresser, not trans, a cross-dressing character and everything. Like, yeah, that one. In that anime, there was he started like dance on a stripper pole. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But the singing part from that one lady was beautiful. That was great. I've never said that about an anime before. Maybe that "Fly Me to the Moon" one from Evangelion. That's not an anime song, but, you know, it's in an anime. I like that one. Yeah. Fly me to the moon and all that, chat. But for this anime, I feel like I'm just looking at, like, you know, male and female characters. I mean, of course, that's all there is, but it's just there, right? In other anime, I see, oh my goodness, she's a goddess. Oh my goodness, he's a hunk, right? These characters are beautiful. These characters is like they're there, right? That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Anyway, chat. Again, this is called The Water Magician. It's a very calm, baby's first anime. I suggest you give it a try, or at least suggest someone who's getting into anime to try it, right? This is that kind of type. Anyway, chat, on with the rest of the show.